Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my next video. Today I'm going to be covering the perfect sales pitch. These are sales trading techniques, okay? Now, I'll just get started. What is the perfect sales pitch? Are they just a few magical words that can just get anyone to buy? Are there those perfect few lines that these sales professionals use that they repeat all the time, and these words make every customer melt and buy? That's what it is. That's the perfect sales pitch. But I hate to break it to you, that's not the perfect sales pitch, okay? There is no single perfect phrase that you can repeat. There are no magical words that you can just repeat and every customer will buy. But I do have good news. There actually are magical words that you can use to get a customer to buy. And you can do a perfect sales pitch. So, I'm going to help you figure this out, but there is one disclaimer that I have to make. With starting this video, I'm assuming that you are familiar with your product and inventory. And if you're not familiar with your product or inventory, you don't have a pitch. You don't have a perfect pitch. You don't have a good pitch. You don't have any pitch. Know what you're selling. Go figure that out and then come back and watch this video, because the rest is pointless to you. But now for those of you who have taken the time to understand their product and inventory, let's move forward and let me help you craft that perfect sales pitch. Now, you're going to create a sales pitch with what I'm going to tell you. And this will help create two things for you. One, you'll get more sales. And two, you'll have much more satisfied customers. After I tell you this, some of you might be like, this is so elementary. And sales is almost like layers of onions with yourself. The more of the layer of the onion you peel away, the more you become like yourself. The more simple you realize it is, the better of a salesman you become. It's more in our mind that blocks us than that we think. A lot of our blocks in sales come from the mind, but that's a whole different topic for a whole different time. Today we're focusing on that perfect sales pitch, okay? Now, before we get into the sales pitch, let's talk about the salesperson. What is the salesperson? Well, one thing I will tell you that the salesperson is not an order taker. You're not going to have someone come in like you're working at McDonald's. Okay, I want a Big Mac meal. Okay, I'm going to put your Big Mac meal in the machine, and that's it. That's not selling. That's order taking. And I've seen in my times, whether I'm in jewelry, the car business, whatever, people are just wanting, I just want to come in and buy this Corolla for this price. Or please give me a 5-carat diamond bracelet. It doesn't work out like that. All right? It's not as easy as that. You have to help the person solve a problem. Now, what is a salesperson? I told you what they are not. You guide the clients through the sales and purchasing process. And another thing a salesperson does is they use their product knowledge and insight to help people make an informed decision. I'm going to read that again, what I wrote. Use your product knowledge and insight to help people make an informed decision. That is a salesperson, okay? So you need to know what your job is, and that is your job. So let's rephrase this whole situation. I mean, this still, just to get back to that perfect sales pitch. You have a customer who has left wherever they are, their home, maybe they're coming from their work, or wherever they're going. They have made a conscious decision in their mind, secured a mode of transportation, whether their own vehicle, a ride, a Uber, to come to you in most cases. And in some cases, phone call appointments, whatever, but a lot of times I'm going to be focusing on this retail aspect. And this person has made a decision to come to you. Why? Because They believe that you could solve a problem that they have. That is why this person came to you. Now, some may ask, oh, Nishant, what does this have to do with the perfect sales pitch? Young grasshopper, be patient. It's coming. All right? So now the customer, they have a problem. There's some sort of problem in their life that occurred. Some unhappiness that they have, or something that they feel that they can go out and get some sort of product or service to make their life better. And they made the decision to come to your place of business, okay? Or get in contact with your place of business. It is your job to now extract from them the reason why they are contacting you. What is the problem that they have that needs to be solved? Okay? And you need to be able to ask relevant questions to your industry. When somebody comes in, maybe they're a piece of jewelry. You're in a jewelry store. Oh, hi, welcome to XNX Jewelers. How may I help you? What brings you in today? Some may start get talking, some may not. You might have to pierce through. Oh, is there a special occasion coming up? Is there something that you have in mind? Sometimes the customer will be like, no, just looking. But it's your job to get them comfortable, become their friend, get them to trust you. It's an art in itself to get somebody to open up, but you need to get them to open up and tell you why they're there. Maybe you're at a car dealership. Maybe they need a truck for work that could pull 10,000 pounds and something with a lot of space in the inside, like a huge cab. Maybe you have a girl looking for a perfect prom dress. But if you don't know what's their purpose, why are they there, you're not going to be able to help. If you show the guy who needs a work truck, a sports car, you're probably not going to get a sale. You show the guy who needs an engagement ring, a pair of earrings, you're probably not going to get a sale. I say probably because there's always exceptions to the rule. But you need to I cannot stress this enough. You need to ask the person and understand, why are they at your place of business? What do they want? Okay? And then what I strongly suggest doing is writing it down. When you're asking these questions, write it down. Some businesses may have a guest sheet pre-prepared with relevant questions to your industry. But if they don't, I suggest preparing one. Guest sheet with all the relevant questions, maybe the type of occasion, the type of piece. In jewelry, you maybe want to ask the color of the metal, the type of metal that they want, the type of gemstones that they want. In every situation, I suggest inquiring about budget. I understand there are few situations where people can completely afford, but budget is such a relevant question. And if they say money's not an object, you want them to say that, okay? And sometimes create your own guest sheet. Write it down. Write down all of these notes because they will come in handy later during the sale. So now you ask the customer all these relevant questions. You ask, why are they there? What brings them to your place environment? What problem do they have that you can solve for them? Or they are giving you the opportunity to solve for them. Now, all this information the customer is telling you is the hot buttons. They're telling you what they need. They're telling you the specifics. They're telling you the story behind why they need what they need. And they are giving you all of the hot buttons needed to make that sale. They are literally giving you on a golden platter all of the information you need to close them to make that sale. But when they talk, you shut up and listen. Listen to every word they say, because that is what you're going to use to help them make their decision. Okay? And now once you gather all of the information, you then select 1 to 3 of your products. Now there's no hard and fast rule, but I always suggest if you could do only one, show only one, or present only one. The less you present, the better it is. Because you could have one thing to focus on, the customer is not as confused. And the more options you give somebody, the more confused they get, the more time they need, the more homework they need to do, the more questions they get raised, and the more that could push back their timeline from you making that sale. You want to now understand them, narrow it down, and then present their options. Now, how does this come to the perfect sales pitch? They've given you the hot buttons. They've given you the terms. They say, oh, I need that special anniversary present. Now you have that anniversary present for under $5,000. That's what you could present. Oh, and they want something that can match everything that they have. You ask questions about what they have so it can match it. You ask all the relevant questions. You understand. Remember, you're dealing with another human being, with another person. Give them the attention they desire. Listen to them. Understand them. That is your job as a salesperson. I cannot stress enough. Now, once you get all of these hot buttons and you pick your items, now it is easy to craft that perfect sales pitch for your customer. They have literally told you how to sell them. And all you had to do was ask them a few questions to understand them. Listen to the person in front of you. You're not going to craft that perfect sales pitch away from this person. You need to understand the individual, the unique human being. We're all as unique as fingerprints. And everybody likes to be sold differently. Yes, there's similarities to the way certain people can be sold. But how do you know those similarities in those techniques until you learn what is in front of you? Later on, I will get into being present in the sale because sometimes a lot of people I've noticed overthink, but that is a whole different topic for right now. My whole point of this topic is just gather the necessary information that these customers are giving you to present your products in the best form possible to solve their problem. And that is what you need to create the perfect sales pitch. When you do this, what we call sometimes the needs assessment to understand your customer, when you do the needs assessment correctly, this will result in the customer telling you exactly the correct formula needed to sell them. And the perfect sales pitch, this will come from selling the customer the way they told you to sell them. Now, when an individual feels that their problem is solved, the chances of the sale happening is skyrocketed. The weight is lifted off their shoulders. They may or may not immediately buy right then. You might need some closing techniques, which is for a different video. But you have taken that person almost all the way there to the sale, if not all the way there to the sale. Just because you understood and solved their problem. Just need to review my notes. When you understand the customer's problem with a good needs analysis, you will then be able to tailor the perfect sales pitch. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you deliver the perfect sales pitch. Whatever questions you may have about the perfect sales pitch, please leave it below. If they're in the comments section. If there are any topics you would like me to cover, please leave those as comments below. And I'm gonna turn you into the true magical salesperson, constantly closing, magnetically getting customers to you. That's how I sell. And there's so much that goes into it. Now, please, if you find this content helpful, like and subscribe. If you feel that this content is helping you developing yourself as a better salesperson, please consider supporting my channel on either the Patreon link below or there is a PayPal donation link too. And please connect with me on social media. I've included my Twitter, my Facebook. Please subscribe to me on YouTube. Now, before we go, there's one more thing I want to bring into this. This is the Magical Sales School. I'm going to magically teach you how to sell. But if we don't get the basics, the foundations, the technicals right, you can't go anywhere. And a lot of it is a lot of thoughts and controlling your mindset. You don't focus on your mindset. So what I'm going to introduce now at the end of my videos, I'm going to be pulling cards. And today's card's going to be from the Law of Attraction cards, okay? And I randomly picked one for the video. And this is what it says. I can create my world as I choose. Now I'm going to read the back of it. You are here to create the world around you that you choose. while you allow the world, as others choose it to be, to exist also. But while their choices are in no way hinder your choices, your attention to their choices does affect your vibration, and therefore your point of attraction. So what is this card telling us? Watch where you point your attention. You create where you're attentive. So if you start focusing on others' choices, you'll just hinder your choices. Focus on your own choices. Focus on your own path that you want to create. And that's the end of the message for today. Thank you for taking your time to listen. Welcome to the Magical Sales School. And I look forward to our next video to turn you into the best salesperson there is. The most magical salesperson there is. Thank you and have a great day.